Dear shareholders, good afternoon and a warm welcome to you all to the 40th Annual General Meeting of Titan Company Limited through video conferencing or other audio-visual facility. As a reminder for the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in the mute mode and audio and video will be open when they will speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audio-visual means is being made available for members on first-come, first-served basis. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The speaker shareholders will thereafter be unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button only once and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. While speaking, we would request the speaker to use the earphones so that he or she is clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other device or devices, no other background applications are running, and there is proper lighting to have a good video and audio experience. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker shareholder's end, the next speaker would be requested to join. Once the connectivity improves, the speaker shareholder may be called again to speak once the other shareholder who have registered complete their turn. Please note, as per the requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting will be recorded and will be made available on the website of the company. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, moderator. Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. I am very pleased to welcome you to the 40th Annual General Meeting of the company, being held through video conferencing in compliance with all applicable laws. I would like to inform you that Mr. Arun Roy, Chairman of the company, will conduct the proceedings of the 40th AGM from Chennai. Now, I would like to take you through certain points regarding the participation at this AGM. Once the question and answer session starts, the moderator will announce the name of the shareholders who have registered as speaker shareholders one by one. We would request the shareholders to be slow and loud while asking their questions so as to capture them correctly. We would like to request the shareholders to limit their speech to 3 minutes. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issue, he or she may contact the helpline number mentioned in the notice of the AGM or the e-voting helpline tab appearing on the top of the screen. Thank you, and may I now request the chairman to take forward the proceedings.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all the shareholders to the 40th Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. Mr. N.N. Tata, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from my office in Mumbai.
Ms. Mariam Pallavi Beldev, Nominee Director of TITCO.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from my office in Chennai.
Mr. Sandeep Nanduri, Nominee Director of TITCO.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from my office in Chennai.
Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I am Bhaskar Bhatt, non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I am joining this meeting from the corporate office Integrity in Bangalore.
Mr. Ashwini Puri, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I am an independent director of the company and I chair the audit committee of Titan. I am joining the meeting from the United Kingdom.
Mr. B. Santanam, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and the Stakeholders Relationship Committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Chennai.
Dr. Mohanishankar Shivaprakasham, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from the United States of America.
Mr. Sandeep Singhal, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm independent director of the company and I chair the risk management committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Mumbai.
Ms. Sindhu Gangadharan, independent director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I'm joining the meeting from Bengaluru.
Mr. Anil Chaudhary, independent director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the Corporate Social Responsibility and Sustainability Committee and Ethics Committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Gurugram.
Mr. C.K. Venkatraman, managing director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm C.K. Venkatraman, managing director of Titan Company, joining the AGM from Bengaluru. And along with me here are Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, as well as Ashok Sontalia, Chief Financial Officer of the company, and Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary.
Thank you, my colleagues on board, for your introduction. We also have the Secretariat auditors and the statutory auditors attending this meeting. I thank all the members for joining this meeting. Hope all of you are safe and in good health. This meeting is being held through video conference in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. A live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on the NSDL website. The company has taken the requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on items being considered at this AGM. The annual report of the financial year 23-24 was sent to all the shareholders through email in compliance with the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. For your information, since there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The company has received 6 authorized representations from corporate shareholders appointing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 46,96,01,920 ordinary shares, representing 52.90% of the paid-up equity capital. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 are available for inspection. Notice of this meeting was sent to the members by electronic means to those who are entitled to receive the same. With your kind permission, ladies and gentlemen, I take the notice as read. Since there is no observation, qualification, or comment by the statutory auditors in their report on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company, pursuant to Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, the auditor's report is not required to be read. Now, I take this opportunity to read out the chairman's statement. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the 40th Annual General Meeting of your company, which is being conducted virtually pursuant to the circulars issued by the regulatory authorities. The financial year 23-24 was yet another year of remarkable growth, innovation, and resilience for the company, with its share of challenges which the company could sail through by delivering exceptional customer value propositions across all its businesses. I would like to inform you that on the 26th of this month, your company would be celebrating 40 years of commitment and passion, serving its consumers across the world, starting as a watchmaker and becoming a diversified lifestyle company, offering jewelry, eyewear, Indian dresswear, fragrances, and women's handbags. Prior to delving into the company's performance during the last financial year, I would like to highlight the theme of this year's annual report. The theme, Turbocharging Towards the Future, represents Titan's audacious aspiration to transform into a comprehensive lifestyle company across the world that touches every aspect of life. Titan's Turbo program is designed to amplify the company's influence at every touch point within its operations, establishing loftier standards for attaining scalable sustainability. As the customer requirements and preferences continue to change, it is crucial for the company to maintain a consistent focus on sensing and catering to these dynamic consumer needs. This approach will enable the creation of products and experiences that align with the sensibilities of the modern consumers. This theme aptly embodies your company's commitment to crafting exceptional customer experiences, spearheading novel product innovations, and creating magical employee engagements. Despite the backdrop of subdued global economic activity and multiple headwinds, the Indian economy expanded at a robust pace. Currently standing as the world's 5th largest economy, India is projected to ascend to the position of the 3rd largest economy within the next 5 to 7 years. In particular, the retail sector is experienced a significant transformation with with rapid growth occurring not only in major urban areas and metropolises, but also in smaller cities. Factors such as robust economic expansion, evolving demographics, rising disposable incomes, urbanization, and shifts in consumer preferences have propelled the development of the structured retail market in India. Innovation remains at the core of Titan's success. During the last financial year, the company launched several new products across its diverse portfolio, with emphasis on cutting-edge technology, design, and quality, which has helped to stay ahead in the competitive market. Driven by a committed team and a supportive environment, Titan consistently achieves new heights each year, as demonstrated by its rapid growth rate. During the year, the company's total revenue grew by about 23% to rupees 47,624 crore. The watches and wearables division recorded a revenue of rupees 3,904 crore, a growth of about 18%. The revenue from jewelry division grew by about 20%, earning rupees 38,352 crore. The revenue from eye care division grew by about 5% to rupees 724 crore. The Indian dresswear division and fragrances and fashion accessories division recorded a consolidated revenue of rupees 378 crore, a growth of 28% over the previous year. As usual, the relationships that your company maintains with its customers, distributors, franchisees, vendor partners, the community, and the dedication and enthusiasm of the Titanians, along with the ongoing initiatives to drive product innovation, retail expansion, and fortifying of brands, have been instrumental in accelerating the company's growth trajectory across all business categories. Considering your company's overall performance in the financial year 23-24, the board has recommended a dividend of rupees 11 per equity share, which is the highest ever dividend recommended for your approval. I will now share a few updates from each of our businesses. The jewelry division achieved an impressive revenue growth amidst challenges like significant spikes in gold price. Several remarkable new collections that showcase the innovative product design and production capabilities were introduced throughout the year that deeply resonated with the customers. The thrust on network expansion continued in order to tap into diverse markets to cater to a broader customer base. The brands TANISHQ, Mia by Tanishq, and Zoya consistently captivated customers with their exquisitely designed products and engaging campaigns, continuing to earn their affection and loyalty. The company, through its subsidiaries, broadened its presence in international markets by opening new stores in Dubai, Singapore, and Houston, Chicago, and Dallas in the USA, elevating Titan's jewelry footprint to 16 stores globally. CaratLane consistently pursued its growth and omni-channel strategy, all the while bringing about innovation in technology, product assortment, and marketing. During the year, the company had acquired an additional stake in CaratLane, which resulted in an increase in the company's holding in CaratLane to 99.99%. The increase in stake and the subsequent conversion into a wholly owned subsidiary in the foreseeable future would enhance the company's offerings in the jewelry segment across its brands. The watches and wearables demonstrated an impressive year-on-year revenue growth, driven by a substantial growth in the unlocked watches segment and a heightened consumer interest in the wearables segment. The business has spearheaded its growth through creation of distinctively designed products, coupled with innovation, premiumization, and persuasive marketing strategies. Brand Titan led the way through outstanding product launches like the Titan Stellar and Automatics. Titan Stellar, under the premium category, features unique movements and innovative materials such as meteorite, malachite, and aventurine. Both Fast Track and Sonata brands have reinforced their market presence by adopting a fashion-centric strategy in product design and marketing. The eye care business registered a modest growth amidst unforeseen challenges that emerged, mirroring an industry-wide slowdown. Throughout the past year, the business demonstrated notable strides in product launches, innovation, and sustainability initiatives. The eye care strategy of expanding its stores rapidly and reduction of premium and affordable products proved successful. With an expansive retail network of over 900 stores spread across more than 350 cities, the business is persistently expanding its Titan Eye Plus store network to bolster the presence further. The fragrances and fashion accessories business also witnessed growth during the financial year. Skin by Titan has bolstered its market position, vying with premier international brands, while upholding its reputation as one of the leading brands sold across both department chains and online platforms. To celebrate the 10 years of Skin, the brand has launched two flankers, Raw Instinct and Celeste Beyond. Fast-track bags continue to serve the youth segment through trendy and fashionable designs with exceptional quality. During the year 23-24, the brand Earth unveiled its Spring-Summer 24 collection, marking its commitment to stay ahead with evolving seasonal trends and offerings. The Indian dresswear division demonstrated strong performance across all business areas, led by focus in creating design-differentiated products using authentic techniques that resonated profoundly with the consumers nationwide. The extension of the TANISHQ retail footprint to 73 exclusive stores, effective brand promotion, robust online presence, and increased brand exposure were instrumental in establishing the brand prominence. TANISHQ's pioneering Weavershala program continued to forge a deeper connection with weavers, igniting a fresh energy in the industry. The company's global expansion strategy has strengthened its presence in international markets such as the USA, Middle East, and Southeast Asia, where these markets provide us immense opportunities to grow and build our brands as truly international, thereby creating greater consumer aspiration. Looking ahead, Titan is poised for continuous growth, focusing on expanding our product lines, exploring new markets, and enhancing customer experiences globally. Your company's commitment to innovation, sustainability, and excellence will drive us forward. As a conscientious corporate entity, your company has made substantial progress in sustainable goals, focusing on reducing the carbon footprint, promoting ethical sourcing, and supporting community initiatives. The company persistently strives to contribute to the community through targeted efforts focused on upliftment of the underprivileged girl child, skill development of the underprivileged, support for Indian arts, craft, and heritage, and simultaneously working to foster enduring relationships by making a profound impact on all the communities we serve. With environment, social, and governance gaining center stage, your company is committed to integrating the ESG principles into its business strategy, which is central to improving the quality of life of all stakeholders it serves. In this regard, the company has identified key ESG areas to focus as part of Titan's business strategy, particularly through efforts around energy, circular economy, and partner responsibility. In line with this, your company will continue to grow responsibly by creating value for all stakeholders, including employees, business partners, vendors, communities, investors, our nation, and our planet. Further, Titan has been making significant strides in enabling a diverse and equitable workforce across all levels and strives to create an inclusive culture that values diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, thereby creating a sense of belonging and culture that allows people to be themselves. Your company continues to focus on fostering an inclusive and empowering culture to include persons with disabilities and talent from the LGBTQIA+ community. At this juncture, I would take a moment to acknowledge and honor a distinguished leader who has been instrumental in shaping Titan's journey. This would be the last annual general meeting of Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, who will cease to be a member of the board of your company in the month of August 2024 upon attainment of retirement age for non-executive, non-independent directors as per the Tata Group retirement policy for board of directors. Mr. Bhatt had completed his remarkable journey of 4 decades, and his visionary leadership, dedication, and commitment to Titan has been a great driving force for the company. His contributions have left an indelible mark on the company and the industry as a whole. On behalf of the board, shareholders, and the entire Titan family, I extend our deepest gratitude to Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt for his exceptional service. In conclusion, I would like to thank the entire Titan ecosystem comprising of our shareholders, customers, business associates, franchisees, vendors, suppliers, bankers, and the media for their continued support, trust, and cooperation. I would also like to place on record our appreciation for the hard work, dedication, and tireless efforts of our employees and the management for the accomplishments of your company during the year. On behalf of the company's board of directors, I would also like to appreciate all the shareholders for your support and thank you for taking time to join us today. As we turbocharge towards the future, let us embrace change, innovate fearlessly, and keep redefining the standards that your company is famous for. Thank you. I now request the company secretary to explain the sequence of the meeting and process of voting on the resolutions in the meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations provide for facilitating electronic voting on the resolution as conveyed in the notice of the AGM. Accordingly, the company has provided its members the facility to cast their vote through remote e-voting system administered by NSDL. Facility for voting at the meeting is also provided for members present here through video conference and who are not voted yet. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of this meeting. Messrs. V. Sridharan and Associate Practicing Company Secretaries have been appointed as scrutinizer to scrutinize the votes cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting. Since the AGM is being held through video conference or other audio-visual means, and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have been already put to vote through e-remote voting, there will be no proposals and seconding of these resolutions. May I now request the chairman to continue with the proceedings.
Request those members who have registered to speak to ask their questions one by one.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. We invite our first speaker member, Dr. Arun Kumar Bopanna. Sir, request you to please go ahead with your question.
Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Arun Roy Avargal, Mr. Tata. Good afternoon, Mr. Tata. Nice seeing you. And to the rest of the members of Titan. Thanks to Dinesh Shetty and Sariga for the cordial relations over the years and arranging the VC. Compliments to Venkat for all the awards and the rewards he has given to us. Proud Tata developed, delivered, and delighted us for 40 years. I just have a few questions. So Titan did a path-breaking job in IEPF work. How many did you solve during the last financial year? And can you influence the MCA to fast track the IEPF? Because it takes very long time and there are a lot of procedural delays in that. What is the cost of celebrity endorsement during the last year? And what is the CAPEX this year for its vision for consistency, customer centricity? Sir, on behalf of the shareholders, I'd like to bid farewell to Mr. Friend Bhaskar Bhatt, a dear friend of mine, who I'm not able to see on the screen. Bhaskar Bhatt is retiring as a director this year from Titan after a glorious service as MD also. Bhaskar crafted Titan's future, remembering the past and experiencing the present, thinking globally and working locally. Bhaskar was a bottom kicker for timely delivery and good service. Bhaskar created employment and wealth for many and for the company. Thanks, Bhaskar, for what Titan is today, from where it was yesterday, and for the spirit and the roadmap of the future. I firmly believe in Pareto's principle of 20-80 rule. 7 individuals built USA. Gandhiji was an individual. Netaji was an individual. Bhaskar is an individual. Alone they built institution. The rest followed. It's only individuals who matter to make the big difference. That's the power of one. Arun Roy Avargal, I don't know if we should say Bhaskar is the award for Padma Shri or why Padma Shri is not granted to Bhaskar. I hope you recommend. Bhaskar is a champion of optimism. He knew the way, went the way, and showed the way to us and to the company. I admire him for that. With retirement, it's sad to say goodbye to my dear friend. For a long association I have with him, I still fly Vistara every week. Whenever I fly, I remember Bhaskar in Bangalore. With his retirement, it's sad to say goodbye. Bhaskar Bhatt, Namaskara and Jai Ho. In conclusion, I wish Titan all the best for the future, making Bhaskar proud and stakeholders happy. Thank you, and Venkat, all the best for your future, and congratulations for all the awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dear shareholders, in the interest of time, we would request you to please limit your questions to 3 per minute per participant. We will move to our next speaker member. Chairman Mr. K. Sadananda Shastri had registered, however, he's not connected. If he joins, we will update you. Our speaker number 3 is Mrs. Prakashini Roy. Ma'am, we've unmuted your connection. Could you please ask your question?
Yeah. I'm Prakashini Ganesha Shenoy. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Respected Honorable Chairman, Mr. Arun Roy, other dignitaries on the board, and my fellow shareholders, good afternoon to all of you. Ratan Tata ji, special namaskar for you. I'm very glad to see you in the board. And after all, most of the Tatas, you are not there. At least today we can have your darshan. I'm very, very happy to see you once again, sir. Bhaskar Bhatt ji, I'm very glad to see you on the board, and this will be your last thing. As my previous predecessor speaker had told about you, I also agree with him. You brought Titan from 0 to as on date. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best and good luck for a retired life. Thank you, Bhaskar ji. Whatever you have done to Titan as on today, right from scratch. Congratulations once again. May God give you all the wishes. May fulfill your wishes. Give you good health, wealth, and prosperity to you and your family, sir. I received the annual report well in time, which is colorful and transparent, knowledgeable, and contains all the information as per the corporate governance. I thank the company secretary, Mr. Shetty and Sarigan, for the same. The chairman has given a beautiful picture regarding the company and its working on all parameters. Sir, I'm glad to note that the company's AGM report is wonderful. And I congratulate and thank all the persons who are concerned with it. Actually, sir, I never knew that Titan was doing so many things. I was under the impression Titan means only watch. But when I went through the AGM report, I came to know that you people are doing so many things, and I'm so glad to be a shareholder of Titan. Sir, at the outset, I congratulate one and all for various awards. I'm also glad to note that the company is doing outstanding work in the field of CSR activities. I'm glad and thankful to the board for recommending dividend for the financial year 23-24. Sir, I have a few questions. My first question is, do you intend to expand to other product categories in US? My second question is, where do we see Caroline fittings in your jewelry brand portfolio? My third question is, what is the company's plan on the luxury segment? My last question is, sir, I sadly noticed that the proposal for reappointing Mr. Venkatraman only for 1.5 years. So please look into the matter. What is the succession plan? Last but not the least, sir, I personally request you to please continue with VC so that people all over will have an opportunity to express their views. I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the company shall reach the peak in due course. Sir, I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, Chairman, sir, and thank you, Tata ji, once again. And thank you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you. We now invite our speaker number 4, Mr. Tamal Kumar Majumdar, to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question.
What?
Yeah, we can see you, sir. Please go ahead.
Respected Mr. Rai, Mr. Tata, Bhatt Saab and other directors of the company. Myself, Mr. Venkatraman and other directors of the company. Myself, Tamal Kumar Majumdar, an equity shareholder from Kolkata. So, sir, today our beloved Bhaskar Bhatt will retire from the group during the year after attaining the age of 70, after serving the company for 42 long years in various roles and 22 years as the CEO and non-independent director of the company. The group has a legacy of appreciating its leaders at the time of retirement, and I strongly believe and I expected that the company will say something in its director's report, but that was not available. I expected that this company company will mention something about Bhaskar Bhatt's contribution in its report, but that was not available. The group has a legacy of appreciating its leaders at the time of retirement, and I strongly believe that he should get appreciation from the group. Sir, we all wish you lots of good health and spirit, and hope our relationship will continue. Sir, I have gone through the annual report. I have some queries and seek your indulgence, because it is not possible to complete the nearly 500-page annual report within 3 minutes. During the year, the company again declared excellent results. From page 8 to 35, the annual report, Mr. Venkatraman to Mr. Sridhar mentioned about turbocharged goals. If you look at the portfolio shift, then you may notice that contribution of jewelry actually increased from 83% of revenue in 2000 financial year 19 to 88% in financial year 24. Gross margin also decreased from 27.9% in financial year 19 to 25.7% in financial year 24. But EBIT margin increased from 10.1% in financial year 19 to 11.1% in financial year 24 due to better cost management. Thus, Suparna Mitra mentioned many things, but avoided the reason for failure to make iconic brand Fable Luma by a market leader for such long time by our company. Mr. Ambuj Narayan talked about things about Indian dresses wear division, but remained mum about timeline when it will contribute positively to our profitability. Sir, it is noted that the present management is ready to share more information with the analysts than with analysts, institutions and investors than with its ordinary shareholders. They may have a feeling that ordinary shareholders are interested in coupons and food packets and nothing else. Would you please share your thoughts in this regard? Sir, it is nice to note that the company commands 8.6% market share in jewelry business, and 30% of TANISHQ business with higher CAGR came from tier 2, 3 and 4 towns with a population of 10 lakhs. How they are contributing during Q1 of financial year 25 and your expectation for the remaining part of the year. Sir, as per ambition 2027, jewelry division wants to increase market share at 10 to 11% with a revenue CAGR of 15 to 20% and opening of 350 stores covering 300 towns. Do you believe that the target is achievable? And what will be the contribution of tier 2, 3 and 4 towns in this aspect? How gold exchange program is doing and your expectation from the gold exchange and golden harvest during the coming months? Whether the company will follow an asset-light model for opening stores as regards jewelry is concerned. So it is noted from stock exchanges intimation that on 28th June 2024, our company has executed an agreement with Rhythm Jewelry Limited, Bangladesh, for incorporation of a joint venture in the ratio of 76:24%. As per the note, Titan will invest 76,000 shares in Bangladesh Taka 100 each. So, Tata Group experience in Bangladesh is not always good. During financial year 24, Tata Consumer took 100% control of its Bangladesh JV after losing money in it. Tata Power also left the country during Mr. Ratan Tata's time. So a strong vigil is required in respect of the said JV. Please share your thoughts in this respect and when it will start working. Sir, as per page 240, during financial year 24, 7 complaints of POSH upheld. It is in and I am sorry to say that this is the only company within a Tata Group which tries to justify by showing it that it comes to 0.28% of employees or workers, simply dividing the number of POSH complaints by the number of employees. It is a very, very bad test. It is a very, very bad test. The company should not justify the marquee issue by simply dividing the number of female employees workers. Why you try to justify the matter in such fashion? What action the management has taken against employees against whom complaints of posts are filed, and what action contract agencies took in this respect. So, it is also noted that in analog market, our market share in the price range above 25,000 rupees is only 6%, and below 1,000 it is 8%. Whereas price range between 5,000 to 25,000 and 1,000 to 5,000 segment are 54% and 48% respectively. On what basis they are projecting of increasing market share in highly profitable above 25,000 segment from current 6% to 11%? In e-commerce segment, fake Titan watches are being sold from renowned e-commerce sites. What steps you have taken to stop these fake businesses?
Mr. Majumdar, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Now, I have three other questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir. There are many participants waiting.
So, TCL Watches Switzerland AG, Favor Luba AG Switzerland, ultimately has been liquidated and entire investment of 296 crore or written off, including rupees 14 crore during financial year 24. Why it failed so badly? What will be the fate of iconic brand Favor Luba? Whether the company killed the brand or may revive the brand at a later date. I want to know management's viewpoint in this respect. What was the rationale of change of name from Favor Luba AG Switzerland to TCL Watches? And sir, management mentioned that 82% of franchisee stores of TANISHQ by the end of 2025 will be asset-light model. And out of 74 stores as on 31st March 2024, how many are franchisee stores? And what was TANISHQ's contribution to revenue and loss during the year? And when will contribute positively to our offer? And last question is that the present status of Carrot Line challenge to ED notice for FEMA violation is to be disclosed. And lastly, sir, I must sorry to say that though it's a teamwork which made impossible possible, yet Mr. Venkatraman is being projected everywhere as if he is the only person responsible for the excellent show. Please have a look at the annual report. His photographs are being printed in 5 different pages. It's pages number 8, 91, 106, 107, and 108. It's a Tata company which is globally respected and no one is above the group.
I'm sorry, Mr. Majumdar. There are several participants waiting for their turn. Mr. Majumdar? Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have lost the connection for Mr. Majumdar. In the meanwhile, we will move to our next speaker, Mr. Hari Rao. So request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question. Mr. Hari Rao, please go ahead. Mr. Hari Rao, we've sent you a prompt on your screen. You need to unmute your audio and your video camera, and you can ask your question. Thank you.
At the outset, I congratulate management and employees of Titan, led by our beloved Venkatraman, for a spectacular achievement during the year 2023-24. Our company's revenue in 2019-20 was 20,010 crores, which in a span of 4 years has more than doubled to 47,114, or consolidated 51,617. The jewelry business has grown by 20%, watches and wearables grown to 3,904 crores, at 18%. Such stellar performance has made Titan the business leader of the year, the best company to work for Asia, and honored our dear Venkat as the CEO of the year, besides number of other accolades. We had to request Venkat for a long association and further leadership of Titan. I must profusely appreciate the 40th annual report itself finance group, which with vivid details and disclosures sets a benchmark by itself. And I also congratulate Ms. Dinesh Shetty, secretarial for the secretarial excellence of the company. Mr. Venkatraman, in his message, sets a grand vision for the company to reach a UCP value of 100,000 crore by 2026-27, including $500 million through international business. This is lofty, it is remarkable, while it is quite stiff. The speed at which jewelry business has grown over the years, despite competition, provides optimism that the lofty goal is achievable. However, the watch and wearable business needs utmost care. You may kindly recall that watch business had touched really 1,000 crores by 1996-97. Now in 2023, almost 24 years later, it is 3,904. Therefore, new opportunity exists here. This business can grow only by huge innovation, R&D, creating new markets through exemplary value creation and very, very superior product range. As you are aware, as you are fully aware, this business is undergoing fourth technology change. But even now, a larger proportion of Indian customers, supported by massive trade infra, goes in for conventional products, and as is borne out by our Raga line and others, which is selling very well. The watch sector has to put up its quality and presentation several notches upwards. You must follow JRD's direction, always aim at perfection, for only then will we achieve excellence. And watch is the product of perfection. These new product range that you need to have cannot be manufactured. It should be built carefully. Whereas we may have to now challenge even the Swiss, as our Indian test team has done, Indian T20 team has done, to achieve equally spectacular growth in this sector. Titan team possesses the expertise for this. Besides, while the jewelry business has limited added value due to high material costs, the watch business brings in far larger added value due to material content and therefore could be rendered quite profitable. The stable and growing Indian economy provides, therefore, an absolutely new opportunities. Our R&D spends are mostly recurring and, in my opinion, too meager, especially considering the technology revolution, Industry 4.0, 5.0, as well as needs for the watch upgrade. I must congratulate the company's progress in CSR and its remarkable achievements as to how it has taken the humble beginnings of yesteryears to the present levels. Great. The performance of subsidiaries is also highly encouraging. Steel has turned in a revenue of 750 crores, a 48% growth over the previous year, and doing well at exports. Carrot Lane has shown remarkable results at 3,081 crores from 2,169 crores. However, the investment is quite heavy here, so it needs a little bit of careful trending forward. I thank the board for recommending highest ever dividend of 11 rupees per share, and this which contributes to enrich the share value. Now I come to Mr. Bhaskar.
Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Ram, may we request you to please finish your questions a little promptly?
Just half a minute.
Thank you.
I thank Bhaskar. We just started our journey together, and today you are actually retiring in this one. Hearty congratulations. In Japanese, they say "Gokuro sama deshita." Well done. Have a great life afterwards. And I also thank Mr. Arun Roy and other directors for the valuable contribution. I'm very happy to note Ms. N. Tata has shown willingness to continue to guide the company into its future destination. I heartily request him support Titan in future also continuously. Thank you for your kind attention and providing me this opportunity to address the 40th AGM in my 93rd year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rao. We will now invite our speaker number 6, Mr. Vinod Motilal Agarwal, who would like to speak on audio. Sir, could you please unmute your microphone and ask your question?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Respected Chairman Mr. Arun Roy, our joint Vice Chairman Mr. Noel Tata, our MD C.K. Venkachalam, our CFO Ashok Sontalia, and our CS Dinesh Shetty. Good afternoon and regards to everyone, sir. Sir, I voted for all the 6 resolutions, sir. I have noted that the revenues were 23% up over the previous year. Everything is good, sir. And I congratulate Mr. Venkat for receiving 2 prestigious awards as CEO from CEO awards from Forbes and from Forbes and also from the ET. And this is a prestigious award. So we have increased our debt level last year due to the acquisition of the 27.7% stake in Carrot Lane from the other promoters. Now, I've got only one point to make. I don't like to go on and on. I have read the annual report. I can go on and make hundreds of points. Each and every page will give me 1 or 2 points I can always pull out, sir. Why is Tenera doing this? Why is I-Class is doing that? No, my only query is from page 166 and page 133. There is a dichotomy. If you can open page 166, it shows jewelry sales at 42,292 crores. Page 166. Jewelry sales as 42,292 crores. The board's report, page 131. It shows jewelry sales at 38,352 crores. So where is this difference of 3,940 crores coming from in the page 166? And I don't understand. There's a dichotomy of 3,940 crores between these 2 pages, sir, on jewelry sales. Sir, I'm pleased with the performance of Mr. Kuruvilla Marcos. He has done excellent job. He has within 3 years he has taken from 100 crores to 1,000 crores revenue in the international business division, which is very glad. He's doubling every year. So now he's done to 1,000 crores. I hope he'll get it done to 2,000 crores by the end of next year also. And we're on a growth path, sir. Excellent work you are doing. I'm pleased with Mr. Venkachalam's last year's question which I had asked on Postline. Also I had made for Ladro Kind. He had answered me last year, and I'm pleased with the company. And I wish Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, we meet him in several companies for his retired life in a pleasant way, sir. Thank you. Signing off, Vinod Agarwal from Mumbai.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Before we move to our next member, we would request shareholders to please limit their questions to 3 minutes per participant. We also request you to confine your comments to the business set out in the notice of AGM and not repeat questions raised by other members. We invite speaker number 7, Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta, to please unmute your connection. We will wait for a moment while Mr. Gupta unmutes his connection.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I have joined this meeting from Calcutta. I feel proud to be a part of Titan under the umbrella of Tata. Thanks to the board that Mr. Noel Tata is on our board, and his board will get a benefit through his vast experience. Sir, we small investors always feel proud to be a part of Tata, because Tata is a brand of honesty, dedication, and loyalty, so that we invest our money in the brand of Tata's. And sir, thanks to the company secretary and his team to help us to join this meeting through VC, especially thanks to Sagrika, who called me 3 times to join this meeting through VC. Such type of people should be there to serve the people, sir. And I always say, I'm also sad to hear that Mr. Bhatt will retire. But I wish to God for his healthy and prosperous, safe, long life. बिकॉज कि उन्होंने काम किया सर, क्योंकि ये जो भारत देश है ना, उसमें आदमी का काम देखा जाता है. उन्होंने इस टाइटन को टाइटन बनाया है सर. उन्होंने जब इस कंपनी में जब एमडी बने थे, तब कंपनी का भाव 140 रुपया था, और आज जो सर है वो 1 रुपए का शेयर 3500 रुपया है. Those have invested 4,400 rupees in 1994. That becomes 70 lakh rupees today, and that become that 70 lakh, and they have got the 3 lakh rupees dividend in last 20-30 years. So such type of return we can get under the umbrella of Tata, sir. So this is the magic of Tata, and we believe that company will more grow under the leadership of Mr. Venkat with his team of management. And we wish to God to give him more success in coming time. And हम भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि भास्कर भट्ट साहब जहां भी रहे स्वस्थ रहें, क्योंकि उन्होंने अपना पूरा जीवन इस कंपनी को दिया है सर, और उन्होंने इस कंपनी को बनाया है और इस एम्प्लॉइज को और इन्वेस्टर्स को रिटर्न दिया है. विद दिस आई होप दैट कंपनी विल मोर ग्रो. और सर कुछ जो डिस्काउंट कूपन है ना उसको बढ़ा दीजिए सर. जनरल मार्केट में 25% मिलता है सर, तो उसका थोड़ा टाइम लिमिट एक्सटेंड कर दीजिए और डिस्काउंट को बढ़ा दीजिए सर. सर with this I thanks to you sir.
Thank you. We invite our speaker number 8, Mrs. Humayun Pordehi. Ma'am, we've sent you a prompt. Please unmute your microphone and ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I do not want to repeat what others have repeated, but still regarding Mr. Bhaskar, but I just want to say my late husband Behruz had very high regard for him. And whenever he used to meet Mr. Bhaskar, but in some other AGM, he would always express his sentiments and used to praise him to me also. And, and so on. So I do not want to say more because others have said a lot about Mr. Bhaskar, which I also agree to it. So now regarding watches, I just want to ask you all, is it waterproof Titan watch? Where I'm wearing Titan watch even now. Even when I sleep, I'm continuing to wear Titan watch. You said that day it was very heavy rains. I had no umbrella in Bombay, as you all know. And I was trying to, save my mobile, my bag, my documents. I could not save my watch, but it is still working. There's no problem. I don't think there's any problem with it. So I just want to know, are our watches waterproof? Then after all these years and after using Titan watch, I still do not know. But that is my experience. If they are, my God, they deserve awards after awards after awards. You should write this in your advertisement. I'm still having the Titan watch in my hand. So now I'm continuing having it. So now another thing I want to know, where we are very proud, Titan has grown by leaps and bounds in all cities, all places all over the world. When I went to Chandigarh, I saw a Titan shop, TANISHQ shop everywhere, and we are very proud about the same, of course. And the quality is very good. That's why South Bombay showroom, the customers have increased. I just want to draw your attention that, in Dubai, in certain shops, there are more varieties of diamond come gold, earrings and, others. There are so many varieties that you just don't know what to select. But here, it is in a South Bombay shop and a few other shops, there are not varieties of diamond come jewelry, earrings. But one more thing, you all should do what you feel is the best. It depends on the demand also. There may not be demand. So that's why you may not be having them. I just wanted to know why you all are not having so many varieties. Is it because there is no demand? Of course, you all have to do what is best to get profits and as per the customers. Now, another thing, Saija, I'm very sorry to say, I feel very shy, but I want to know what's the difference between independent director and non-independent director. Just want to know. I'm a shareholder, I should know. And one more thing I want to know. So, thank you very much. We have very good market cap, as some previous speaker has said. And so also you all are very flexible. You all exchange old jewelry, gold jewelry of any company make, and you all, because of the flexibility also customers are increasing. And I also want to say, so one more thing I want to know, last question, what is the market share? Our market share in respect of eye care, Titan eye care. I'm using Titan eye care spectacle, frame cum lens. So I want to know what is the market share. Though I thought it was expensive, but no, even others are selling at, good companies are selling at a high price. Imported naturally, they are expensive. So it is okay with respect to that. I believe in quality. If you want good quality, you have to pay more, especially when they're imported. The prices are high and our rupee has depreciated. But I just want to know what is the market share compared to other companies. And last, Mr. Noel Tata, please continue being on the board. It's such a pleasure to see you. You know very well our feelings for you. And we are very happy to see you. Please continue doing the same. And also we wish all the other management team all the best. You all are bringing up our company. Thank you very much. And I close here. I wish our company all the best. We have got very good market cap. We are very happy with the performance. If my late Beruz was their husband, he would have been so happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We invite speaker number 9, Mr. Satish Shah, to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow members, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Lekha Satish Shah from Mumbai. First of all, I'm very much thankful to our company secretary, Dinesh Shetty ji, for sending the AGM notice well in time, which is full of knowledge, facts, and figures in place. I delight to say the annual report is so beautiful and full of colors. Thank you, Arun ji, for such a informative and wonderful presentation. Sir, I pray to God that He always showers His blessings upon you. I would like to extend my heartfelt wishes to the company for all the awards received by them during the year. Best wishes to our company Bhaskar ji on his retirement life. Chairman sir, I would like to ask few questions. My first question is, what is the purpose of entering into joint venture agreement with Rhythm Jewelry of Bangladesh? My second question is, our company has 2 subsidiary companies in Hong Kong and USA. My third question is, when are we expecting them in commerce operation? Chairman sir, I hope the company will continue video conference meeting in future. So I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions for today's meeting. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Our speaker number 10, Mr. Dharmesh Vakil, had registered, however, did not connect for the meeting. We will therefore move to speaker number 11, Mrs. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. Ma'am, may we request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm visible also.
Yes, ma'am.
Respected Chairman, Mr. Arun Roy, Director, Vice President, Mr. Naval Tata, MD, CK Venkatraman, our favorite who has run this company to such a level, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt. I wish you a very happy retired life. Other directors on the board, my fellow shareholders in this VC, I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenas from Mumbai. First, I thank the company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty and his team for sending me annual report and also registering me as a speaker at my request and giving me this platform to speak. Thank you so much. Now, annual report is full of information with facts and pictures and facts and figures, and also self-explanatory, at the same time adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. I congratulate you for all the awards and accolades. Also happy with the CSR work, which is very good. Now my queries, have we rated the ESG? What is the score, and are we on any dedicated platform, listed on any dedicated ESG platform? My second query is, we have 3,035 stores. Any more to be added during this year? And out of these, how many are owned by our company? Number 3, we have employees 8680. What is the average age and attrition? Fourth is, we are in jewelry, which of the brand Zoya, TANISHQ, and Carat live. In which of these we are getting good margin? How much business we get from Teneria, where we have this sari? Do we have other than saris? Lastly, I don't know, I can ask a lot of questions, but I know this is limited period. I would go to the last one, future roadmap for the next 5 years, capex requirements for organic and inorganic growth. And now I would like to know from you, the board, which vertical growth and margins we will get. Some color to this aspect. With this, I support all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best, may it grow strength to strength, and I wish specially good health for everyone, all the Titanics, so that health is wealth and we will prosper always with the good health. With this, thank you very much. God bless our company and you. Namaskaram.
Thank you. We'll move to speaker number 12, Mr. Gautam Nandi, who'd like to ask question on audio. So may we request you to unmute your mic and ask your question. Mr. Nandi, could you please? Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi from Kolkata, very old equity shareholder of your company. Sir, firstly, I'd like to give thanks to your secretarial department for sending me annual report along with notice and necessary joining link through email well in advance. So specially thanks to our respected company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, very sober, well behaved, and a very dynamic person, and his assistant, Ms. Sariga Gokul, and his whole team of your secretarial department for rendering very good services to our minority shareholders. So thanks again, sir. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through video conference, and I find it is a grand success like the previous year. Sir, I am very pleased to receive your wonderful annual report consisting 500 pages, which is very, very attractive and also very informative. Sir, you have explained everything regarding your accounts part and the performance of your company in your annual report. And my earlier speakers already expressed their views in their speech regarding the same. So no repetition from my side at least. Sir, I find very good performance in every segment, even in this challenging year. Sir, the now situation is still very tough. Still, you are paying very good dividend, rupees 11 per share to our minority shareholders. Sir, I am very happy, sir. Sir, your CSR is also excellent. So please keep it up. Sir, I like to know what is your roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years. Sir, may we expect any bonus share from your end? आपने लास्ट बोनस इशू किया था 2011 में सर 1:1 basis. May we expect the same, sir? Please tell us. Sir, please continue the VC meeting henceforth, as we can join from anywhere, sir. So please do the needful. Sir, are you going to open any new showroom of your own in Calcutta in this year? So please let us know, sir. Sir, I got huge price appreciation in your company stock. Obviously, I am very happy, sir. Sir, one request. Please do something at least for our speaker shareholders. Sir, this is nothing but a token of love. But if you please don't send the discount coupons of 25% discount, क्योंकि कलकत्ता में इससे बहुत ज्यादा में हम लोग को मार्केट से मिल रहा है. अगर डिस्काउंट पे भेजना ही है, as my earlier speakers also said, please make it 40 or 50% discount. Then you please send it. It is my humble request. Sir, I am very satisfied with your Titan watch as per the quality and price is concerned. Sir, I have received the hard copy from your office as I requested for well in advance. So thanks again, sir. Sir, I am very proud to be a shareholder of your company. I have full trust with our strong management, sir, like you. And so I, along with my family, wholeheartedly support your all resolutions, which we have already casted through our e-voting. Sir, looking forward with a positive outlook towards our company with higher profit margin, handsome dividend, 1:1 bonus and return. Sir, May God bless you, sir. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Myself, Gautam Nandi, signing off from Kolkata. Thank you.
Thank you. We invite our next speaker member, speaker number 13, Mr. Bimal Kumar Agarwal, to please unmute your audio and ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I thank the company secretary Dinesh Shetty and his team, Tarika, Gokul, and also Mahesh for helping me to demat my share last 2 years before. Thanks again, I'm telling you. And also, I thank the Bhaskar for his retirement, for good life. And I'll come to the question now. The company has reported strong revenue growth in FY24, though the net profit was not shown commensurate increase, indicating pressure on margin. I request the management to explain the division-wise margin performance. Please also explain the strategy adopted to improve the margin in future. Please provide insight into domestic and export market performance. Where does the management see opportunities in the coming 3 years? And which international locations are we planning to set up new stores? And also, which is the most profitable international store? And what is the contribution of Titan management and employees to our company if they are using our product or no, Titan watch, all this, and Titan and other Titan group company also. We are giving gifts. Our Titan watches are going or some other watches. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We invite speaker number 14, Mr. Jaideep Bakshi. Could you please unmute your connection and ask your question?
Yes, very good afternoon, Chairman, Vice Chairman, Board of Directors. Myself, Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Thanks to our company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, for giving me an opportunity and presenting a detailed annual report, and also to the Secretary Department, Ms. Sariga Madam, for keeping in touch with us and helping us for joining this video conference. Sir, in initial speech was very much descriptive and detailed about our company affairs and very good performance across all business categories. And our revenue from growth has also, and our PAT has given a good return and in the midst of these challenges. And thanks once again for the dividend passed on to us. So we have a plethora of brands and covering numerous lifestyle categories. Continue with this in the future. So we are investing in new technology through R&D for more customer-friendly products and capitalizing the disposal income of the consumers. Kindly throw some light on this. And penetration into new area of business. What is our thoughts regarding the carbon neutralization program? Sir, we have Titan Eye and Titan Watches outlets in the malls. Do we have the same for the TANISHQ brand? And can we think of metaverse as we have AI and machine learning for different operations? So metaverse can be a good option also. Projected national and international business expected in the coming years, an increase of market share. Kindly share. And personally using the Titan watches and eyewear and really satisfied. And myself and along with my family members have supported the resolutions. And thanks once again, congrats once again for the awards which we have received. And sir, continue with the prestigious brand across different market segments, unlocking new opportunities with sustainable growth. Thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity. Namaskar.
Thank you. We will now invite our next speaker member, Mr. J. Abhishek, to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question.
Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
You're audible, sir.
My name is Abhishek, shareholder of the company. My DPI IN 30167. Client ID is 4135.
Mr. Abhishek, we are not able to hear you that clearly. Could you please come a little closer to the microphone?
Sure, madam. Now it should be audible, madam, because the parallel device was being enabled. So now it should be fine.
Yes, go ahead, please. Thank you.
So first of all, I congratulate the management First of all, I congratulate the management on the eve of 40th annual general body meeting. Trust all is well with you and your family in this challenging situation. Our company deserves much more respect than the current market cap after completing more than a decade of successful operations, profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brands in their respective segment. I have sent most of my questions via email. I cannot repeat the same questions again in this annual general body meeting. I shall restrict the number of questions in the interest of time. So page number 112. Auditors DSR and LLB chartered accountants, you can provide the full address and contact details. The annual report will look more transparent. Page number 134. In page number 134, if you can see the subsidiary companies, we have around 11 subsidiary companies which are wholly owned and subsidiary which are associated subsidiary which are step down subsidiary. So what is the yield? What is the dividend that the parent company is getting from all these subsidiary companies? I would like to know from you, and you can elaborate on that. And page number 271. Page number 271, we have statutory disputes pending with various forums like income tax, customs duty, excise duty. What are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the same in the years to come and to settle the matter amicably by Pradhan Mantri Yojana scheme or by paying 50% and getting rid of all these cases? Any steps have been taken? I would like to know from you. And page number 412. Page number 412 in the other expenses column. We can see that bad trade receivables advances written off is 9 crores. So why don't we carry forward and it would have been kept as a bad debt spending? So I would like to know from you what is the reason for return off. And expenditure on CSR is really excellent. Profit has gone up and the company is doing good amount of CSR. So I will also send some proposal for some charity purpose. Kindly to consider the same. And legal and professional charges are also being increased. Being taken by the management to reduce the expenses, legal professional charges, and obviously I would like to know, sir, and myself and my team are running a legal firm. The name and say of Seven Walls Associate in Chennai. So I would request your questions to kindly enroll the firm in the empanelment of the company, and we will be glad to extend our services, sir. So then, in the other expenses part, miscellaneous expenses is the highest one. It is 800 crores. So it is around more than 10% of our this thing goes towards the other miscellaneous expenses. So if you can provide a breakup for the miscellaneous expenses, it would be really excellent on the company's part, sir. So kindly try to control the other expenses and also try to provide a breakup for the same, sir. And what is the procedure to avail the franchisee of Carrot Lane and Fast Track? I would like to know, sir. So if you can put me to the appropriate team and I can get in touch with them and I can share the credentials also. Nothing much to ask, sir. I wish the company and the board of directors great success and prosperity in the coming future. And I would request the management also to try to consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, because most of the shareholders are not able to join because of digital challenges in this virtual platform. So if you can consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, more number of shareholders can join in the meeting. You can get the valuable points, suggestions, ideas that will be helpful for the management to empower in future. So nothing much to answer. I wish the company and the board of directors great success and prosperity in the coming future. And thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. Hope to see you in the physical AGM next. Thank you.
Thank you. I now invite our next speaker member, Mr. Ashok Subramaniam. So may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question. So we can see you. You may ask your question.
Good afternoon. I'm audible and I hope I'm visible also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, respected Arun Roy sir, Chairperson, Titan, Sri Noel Tata. Thank you to see you again the same week. Mr. Venkatraman and Mr. Dinesh Shetty and other independent directors, the employees of Titan, the individual stakeholders and the major stakeholders. Good afternoon to all of you. And I also congratulate Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt for a wonderful journey in the Tata Group and wishing him a happy retired life and welcoming him to Retirees Club. It's okay. So now I would like to say a few words about my experience with the brand and also some suggestions from the annual report. See, I recently moved to Mumbai, from Mumbai to Coimbatore on superannuation. So I was wondering whether I will be able to get the service of Taneira there. So to my surprise, I find that outlet, the only outlet here, is much better than what is there in Mumbai. The reason I chose was that it gives me a comfort shopping, and the product is very comfortable for an elderly people, which is a lightweight and with elegant look, and for the attractive price, affordable attractive price. So kindly continue with that. And I am the shareholder, and I started accumulating Titan since 2007. Indians have a tendency to go for gold or anything at the time of Muhurat, and I go for Titan on every Muhurat. Okay, that is how I accumulated. And this is only between the last Muhurat and this Muhurat is the only time in which there is not much appreciation. It is stagnant almost. Of course, it is a matter of time. Now coming to this thing, I'll be pleased to say that my daughter wants to share 2 points to you through. She has sent me a mail. She is your employee also, I mean, a Tata employee, and she says that she has been a user and end user of Titan eyewear for the last 16 years, ever since she started wearing specs. So she's a loyal customer to you. So she says the loyalty should come with the royalty. Okay, so that please take care. And she also wanted to narrate one story of we have faced in with respect to the brand. When we all went out to Mathura, to all of you maybe knowing that there is a temple called Bakari temple, something like that. Banki Bahari temple. There the USP of the temple is that there are a lot of monkeys. Their speciality is that they snatch your specs. And you have to offer them fruity or other things or something eatables, then they give you back. But unfortunately, my mother lost. She was 88 that time, and she lost. Her specs were Titan specs was taken by the monkeys, and whatever we tried, we could not return. We could not get it back. It wore and it showed at this. So my daughter made a comment. It will never return. It liked the specs because it is Titan. So, so she says, why don't you utilize as a ad campaign or something like that? In that context, I'm putting it to you. It's a lighter moment. Now coming to this thing, sir, the wall clocks, I have been end user of your wall clocks. I'm quite surprised to see that the wall clocks doesn't have any third needle. So it finds it difficult to understand whether it is working or not many times. So I don't know what is the real concept behind going for without the second needle. And also coming to the report of annual report, the QR code you have given for each and every CSR project adjacent to that, and scanning it and taking the further details of is a welcome move, and I wish you continue that. Then want to know whether you have any eyewear outlets in US, because I have vested interest in that. And one small suggestion is that one of the major brand ambassadors or the end users of the Titan is our own stakeholders. So why don't we remind all the shareholders through an email or anything like that at the festive occasions, saying that these are all the things and all those things. So they themselves can be reminded. Similarly, they can pass on to their friends, and in the process, maybe we can capitalize on shares. Third, in the similar way, another option is that in the beginning of every calendar year, all the Tata Group companies, they can devise some kind of a desktop calendar or something like that for a computer use.
Operator, I think the line got disconnected.
Yes, sir. We
As
will...
a daily planner or something, and this thing that will also increase the brand for all of us. I'll close it in half a minute. And work related, and one point I would like to know is that the work related injuries are on a rising trend between 2 years, YOY, 22, 23, and 23, 24. And it's a little concern to looking at that it is on the part of employees. So that gives a little concern to us. Maybe we have to tighten our belt there. With that, I thank you all the team members for giving me an opportunity to speak in this thing as a shareholder, and wishing the organization all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We invite our next speaker member, Mr. Hiranand Kotwani, to please unmute your connection and ask your question.
Namaste, respected Chairman Mr. Roy, Tata ji, और अदर टीम सबको मेरा नमस्कार. मैं कल्याण से हिरानंद कोटवानी बोल रहा हूँ. It is a great pleasure to join you. Let me acknowledge that your compliance was good, and one thing I want to also congratulate this gentleman at 40 years inning, because I know him very well. Because I used to attend 45 years, the AGMs. At least I was very young. So coming to the Titan, the historical background, actually it's not forum. This gentleman talked Mathura and Vrindavan, so I used to talk. I married in 1993 by selling Titan share at 100 rupees. 10 rupees share in April 93. So credit goes my marriage to Titan. Let me congratulate Bhatt also, farewell. So gentlemen, your organization is good, but certainly I want to know the eye care and the watch business, how you are going to improve. There is a tremendous jump in the gold prices, our price increase and our volume increase and profitability increase. And how we are going to take the global market, particularly USA and Switzerland, our subsidiary, how they are doing. Please narrate our subsidiaries' performance at global level and how you are going to increase our value from the subsidiary to increase our foreign exchange. That is my concern. This वेंकट राव, इसका फोटो बहुत अच्छा है साहब, इसको देखते ही सर पे हाथ घुमाने को मन होता है। और सबको मेरा नमस्कार साहब। 140 नंबर पेज पे 140 नंबर पेज पे आपने जो दिया है रिम्यूनरेशन, वो रेशो दिया है। एक साल पहले एक साल और पहले मैंने लगता है 22 में मैंने चेयरमैन से पूछा था कि मेरे को ईमेल में चाहिए सबका रिम्यूनरेशन बड़े लोग का, नहीं भेजा। He said in public domain that is the answer that we will send you, but your employee has not sent me the remuneration of the managerial post. Lastly, आप बोलते हैं virtual meeting, Mr. Tata, attention to you. In virtual meeting plus and minus. What is minus? I acknowledge today. It is Tata Investment. I asked one question to the Tata. His the way not answered. That is where drawbacks comes. I asked one small question. What book your profit of shares? He said it is in the balance sheet. When everything is balance sheet, why we are here to discuss that regarding the operation? Okay, that is not the forum. Sorry for that. But please, Chairman, narrate our growth story, reward to the minority shareholder. One last question regarding our employee. How the employees are doing? Is any fraud from our angle, from employee angle? The negligence, how you tackle the negligence? Because where amounts are there, bound to be some theft, fraud and negligence. So please narrate. Some sexual harassment cases are reported. How you are dealing with them? Some health issues. Please narrate. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. We will invite our next speaker member, Mr. Sanjay Banik, to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question. Mr. Sanjay Banik? Yes.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Thank you, madam. I am Sanjay Banik from Kolkata, shareholder of the company. I would like to thank for giving me opportunity to speak at this AGM through VC. And good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, I would like to point out that on page number 6 of the annual report, the eye care division of our company is being shown under the premium segment. Whereas in financial year 2022-23, the eye care division was shown under the mid-market segment. With brands like Titan Eye Plus, Glare, and Fast Track. Why? Is our company shifting all the eye care products to premium segment gradually? Brands like Glares and Fast Track are also not present in this financial year. Alone. Does our company do not sell these brands currently? So please illuminate. Next, in the jewelry segment, since we know that Mia operates in the mid-market segment, still it has a little brand penetration in market like Kolkata. Our company should take more initiative to promote Mia by TANISHQ to take on rivals like listed strong regional player like Senco Gold. Our company saw degrowth in EBIT in financial year 2023-24, both in watches and wearable and eye care division. So I feel more focus should be given in those divisions going forward to keep them on favorable track. So next, on the page 349, I believe Titan Engineering and Automation Limited, a strong subsidiary of our company, having non-core activities should be demerged going forward. Lastly, sir, I know that we all know that our shareholder has a dedicated email ID, investors@titan.co.in. So, last year I requested a minutes of the AGM through mail to Mr. Dinesh Shetty. I made mail on 4 times, 21st August 2023, 4th September, 14th September, 18th September. But there is no even a single reply from Mr. Dinesh Shetty. It is the example of the good secretarial practice. I have not filed any investor complaint from MC on the MCA portal, but it is a notable matter. Please look into this. Thank you. Thank you for being patient hearing.
Thank you. We now invite our next speaker member, Mr. Naveen Bothra, to please unmute your connection and ask your question.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Chairman Mr. Roy and our Vice Chairman Mr. Noel Tata sir. Very warm greetings to our MD and CEO Mr. Venkat and other distinguished board members and the management team of Titan. I am Naveen Bothra, shareholder from Delhi. Pleasure attending this 40th AGM of the company. First of all, I would like to congratulate the team at Titan for crossing $6 billion revenues in FY24. Sir, I have the following points for your learned views, and I would request the chairman, Mr. Roy, to let our MD, Mr. Venkat, reply to these operational questions. Sir, my first question is regarding the 3D printing technology. There have been a lot of advancement in the 3D printing technology. I would request you to enlighten us if we see this technology entering our industry, and if yes, what steps we are taking at Titan to explore and further leverage it in our lines of businesses, and what impact it will have on the manufacturing cost in our lines of businesses. Is it precise enough to produce the intricate and beautiful design in our jewelry business like TANISHQ and Zoya, if 3D printing technology has advanced to this scale? Would like to have your views, sir. Number 2 is regarding the lab-grown diamonds business. Lab-grown diamond, the production of lab-grown diamond is on exponential rise since the last 4 to 5 years. And Venkat sir, the jewelry revenues has already become 30% of our jewelry business. It will be quite helpful if you can help us understand our strategy for lab-grown diamonds, whether we are also exposing this in our jewelry business, since the lab-grown diamonds are almost 80% cheaper than the mined diamonds, and what impact it can have on our TANISHQ realization and margins and volume going ahead, sir. Number 3 is regarding our this year's theme, turbocharging 360-degree lifestyle brand. Chairman sir briefly talked about the turbocharging strategy of our this year's annual report theme. We are very much excited to know that even after achieving $6 billion revenues, we are turbocharging our growth from current levels into a 360-degree lifestyle brand at Titan. Would like to understand, would request you to kindly let us understand which segments of our current businesses, because jewelry, as earlier shareholder said, that 85% or more than 85% of our revenues still comes from jewelry business. So to turbocharge our current lines of businesses, what segments we are targeting to turbocharge our businesses to lead the next phase of growth at Titan. Next phase of growth at Titan. Sir, Chairman sir, with your permission, on a lighter note, we as long-term shareholders can say with proud that Venkat Square at Tata's, both the lifestyle brands are doing phenomenal job in creating humongous shareholder wealth. I have already voted in favor of all the resolutions. I hereby propose a vote of thanks to the esteemed board, and thank you very much for providing me this opportunity to express my views, and wish the team at Titan all the very best under the leadership of Mr. Venkat in further turbocharging the growth at our company. Thank you very much, sir. And lastly, I would like to thank the secretarial team led by Dinesh Shetty and his teammate Sarika for smooth onboarding and sending me the annual report. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We now invite our next speaker member, Mr. Anil Mehta. So may we request you to unmute your connection and ask your question. Mr. Anil Mehta, could you please unmute your connection? Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. This is Anil Mehta attending this meeting from my residence Kandivali at Mumbai. So we have a few questions. So question number one, with increased globalization, what has the company done to increase the international breadth of knowledge and experience on the board? Second question, how does the management monitor intercompany transactions? Number three, what are the major opportunities and challenges facing the company, and how does the management plan to respond? Next question, what are the principal objectives of the company's business plan for the next year, for the next 5 years? Question 5, how does the management assess its liquidity and the availability of the funding sources for operations? And the last is, what is the company doing to improve the shareholding relations? With this, we are supporting all the resolution, and thanks to the secretarial department led by Mr. Dinesh Shetty and also Sarika Gokul for their cooperative and supportive nature, and wish all the best to Bhaskar sir for their happy retirement life. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you. We invite our next speaker member, Mr. Dharav Jamadar. So may we request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question.
Greetings of the day to respected chairman and all the board members of my company. My name is Dr. Dharav Jamadar from Surat. First of all, I would like to congratulate each and every stakeholder of my company on performing tremendously well in this particular fiscal year. And some of my questions, sir, which I would request you to address are, first, lately globally we have witnessed that central banks are building up their gold reserves heavily. That may be because of various macro level factors like interest rate volatility, sticky inflation rate, rising geopolitical tensions, etc. So making a deductive reasoning of all these factors are leading to a rise in gold prices. So what impact shall it have on the sentiments of retail investors or retail consumers in India? Second, in most of brands or businesses we are having lower market shares, and also conversion rate is quite lower. So axiomatically, it is providing us the space to grow and expand. But to do that, we need to have some capex. So what contour of capex can we expect in this regard, and what kind of capital structure would we have in this process? And what improvement or impact can it have on our ROCE? Third, keeping in mind Titan Turbo ambition and strategy, where the focus is on lifting the standards and various aspects of our company and the subsidiaries under it. But in the same process, can you explain which kind of businesses are we going to explore in this particular fiscal year? New businesses I'm talking about. And what kind of impact shall it have on our ROCE? Also keeping in mind the rising competition, in order to protect and increase our market share in a much conventional and the new business as well. That is our Titan jewelry business and some new business which we are exploring. Fourth, with marketplace becoming dynamic day by day due to volatile macro level factors, which are directly and indirectly influencing the sentiments of retail customers, how do you see the purchasing pattern of customers changing in the second half of the decade? Also keeping in mind the impact of AI and technology related disruption that is happening world over. Furthermore, how much equipped my company is to sustain and strive in this changing environment? Last question is to our respected Vice Chairman Noel Tata. Sir, what kind of lessons can our team of brand Tanaira learn from the success story of Brent and its brand Westside, keeping in reference that both of them are working in the retail clothing? Thank you, sir, for providing this opportunity, and I wish Bhaskar Bhatt, sir, a farewell and good luck ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We invite our next speaker member, Mr. Aspi Bisania. So may we request you to unmute your connection and ask your question?
Sir, can you see me and hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Sir, I'm Aspi from Bombay. Sir, I hope you continue with the hybrid meetings when the physical meetings start. Sir, if the moderator doesn't want to announce the speaker number, do we really need a moderator? Can the company secretary not mention the shareholder's name and number to call out the names? Sir, I congratulate the management on excellent results. However, inventories and receivables deserve some control. Sir, and I would not recommend any bonus, and you cannot give a split because you already have 1 rupee face value share. So please do not give a bonus. Let the share price keep on going up. Thank you very much and all the best for the future.
Thank you. That was the last question. May I now request the chairman to proceed? Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I would now request the Managing Director, Mr. C.K. Venkataraman, to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Chairman. And first of all, I would like to thank all the shareholders for the effusive appreciation about the company's performance and the management's contribution to increasing the shareholder value, the support received from the secretarial department over the years. So thank you very much for all the good things that you said about us. Starting with Mr. Bopanna, on the IEPF side, over the past 2 years, through a third party, we have done a lot of deep dive into tracking shareholders. Out of the 550 identified, we have been able to pin down 250 of them, and it is a continuing effort. Coming to IEPF itself, it's a very complex procedure. After we track down, or when a shareholder reaches us, all the documents that are required are given to IEPF, but then often IEPF ends up asking for clarifications. So in that three-party thing, things do take time, so please bear with us. It does take many months to resolve any pending shareholder issue. The celebrity cost for the company in FY24 was in the ballpark of about 16 crores. Coming to the second shareholder, I may not be able to answer every single question of every shareholder. My apologies, I seek your indulgence on it. Even our response, our preparation, we don't have adequate time to do that off the cuff, but we will try and last. We have Zoya in the jewelry business. We have Helios in the multi-brand premium retail business segment. We have just launched Runway, which is a premium multi-brand sunglass store, and we are in the process of rolling out a luxury multi-brand watch store. Coming to Mr. Majumdar, I was as embarrassed about the number of pages I was featured in the annual report as you were upset about it, and we will make sure that there is a more balanced approach in the next year's annual report. But I must assure you, when it comes to shared leadership, Titan Company is one of the benchmark companies in the world, I would say, where all of us are together achieving things and not one man or one woman. There was no reference to Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt in the annual report. Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt continued to be, in fact, continues to be a director of the company in FY25 as well. That annual report pertains to FY24. I'm sure we will talk about Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt in the FY25 annual report. And you would have, of course, seen our chairman speak about Mr. Bhatt in his talk. The jewelry share in the company is very high. It has actually increased, like all of you said, over the last 5 years. But the jewelry industry in India, the jewelry industry globally is very large, and there is no harm in being a very large company, even as we try to crank up the other parts of the company. But given the size of some of the other categories in which we operate, despite a tripling or even a quadrupling simultaneously when the jewelry business is just doing 1.8 or 1.9x, the portfolio still remains substantially loaded towards jewelry, and that's something that at least in the 5-year term, there's nothing we can do about it. We can only look at whatever risks that, and I'll come to the LGD point that, which was made later subsequently. The Golden Harvest and the GP programs continue to drive growth in our businesses. Mr. Majumdar, we note your point, your alert about being on the guard about the Bangladesh operations, and we will certainly be conscious of every step we take about it. The POSH, the share of cases, 0.28% that you referred to, is a statutory, it's a legal requirement and reporting, and there is no other motive the company has. The Favarluba brand has been sold to somebody else as part of that entire restructuring. The losses from the Favarluba business are in absolute terms substantial, of course, 200 plus crores, but you must appreciate that a company of our size, for its growth, will take multiple steps, and some of those steps, turn out to be not successful. But overall, if we have more wins than losses, and if the wins substantially outweigh losses in absolute terms, that's the way any company which is a growth-oriented company will operate. The Taneira break-even is expected to happen in FY27. Mr. Harirav, as always, wonderful to see you on the screen, and the genuine, authentic words of encouragement and appreciation that you give. And it's so lovely to, see Bhaskar here and Mr. Harirav there at the ripe age of, I think, 92 or something, 93. I mean, I can't imagine, 93 and an active shareholder and a founder of this wonderful institution called Titan Company. Thank you, sir. And you would be very, very, happy to know that where your heart is even more so, which is in the watches business, there is a lot of, cutting edge action happening in terms of technologies, in terms of design, in terms of manufacturing, interventions to take this company and to take the Titan brand particularly to greater heights. So maybe one of these days, Suparna and I'll come over and personally run you through what, we want to take it to the Mecca of watchmaking, which is Switzerland, and show everyone what Titan Company is capable of in terms of design, engineering, and manufacturing. And the reimagination of watches manufacturing is also under the cards. And the new leaders, you would know that the CMO, Rajagopal, retired, and God bless. And the new leaders are reimagining the watch manufacturing strategy that Arajji and others dreamed up. Mr. Agarwal, thank you very much for your appreciation once again. The discrepancy that you noticed in the jewelry sales, I don't remember, one page was 166, the other one I don't remember, but the discrepancy is to do with bullion sales. You would be aware that the company has the regular practice of melting some of its very old inventory and selling it as bullion, and it reports it separately. It's because it's not part of its main operations. And those two figures are different because the gap is bullion sales. Mr. Gupta, discount coupon percentage, somebody else also requested, we will actively consider that. Mrs. Humayun, thank you so much for your wonderful words about how Titan watches go on and on and on. I remember one customer had a young girl. She had written to me a couple of years back that she's so unhappy with the Fast Track watch brand because the watch that her dad had given her some 10 years back continues to tick merrily, giving her no chance to buy another watch. So that's how good the quality of Titan Company products are. And virtually all our watches are waterproof to 30 meters depth, and many of them more than that to 50, and a few to 100 as well. So that's why your experience that you shared with us. We will pass on the point about the variety of diamond jewelry in the South Mumbai store being not up to the mark. If I understand right, I think they are in the process of a makeover. That store maybe is shifting as well. And like you rightly also observed, we do it on the basis of our understanding of the catchment opportunity, who buys what, who live in the areas around the store, and our assortment is defined by that, and that may be to do with, that may define your experience, but we will nevertheless pass that on. You wanted an explanation on the director type. For example, I am a non-independent executive director because I'm a representative of the promoter Tata Group. Bhaskar Bhatt is a non-independent, non-executive director because he does not play a executive role in the company, and Ashwani Puri and 5 others like him are non-executive independent directors because they're not part of the promoters. So those are the 3 categories of directors in the company for your understanding. Market share of eye care is very low, and the eye care business has begun a big thrust on the growth side in the last 6 months, with multiple engines driving that to take up this market share of which is around 4 to 5% to a double-digit, not too distant future. Mrs. Shah, the reason for Bangladesh joint venture, you may be aware that the Bangladesh is a very large country in terms of the number of people living there, and a per capita GDP which is slightly higher than India, for those of you who may not be aware. And therefore, the top of the pyramid of Bangladesh is, in a way, reasonably large, and it represents and presents a very good opportunity for a company like Titan, which operates typically in the top 1/3 of the income pyramid in India. And there are significant customers from Dhaka and other cities in Bangladesh who regularly visit Kolkata to buy TANISHQ, to buy Titan, to buy Titan I Plus, spend 100,000 rupees on a specs, for example, and all that. And we've been there in a manner of speaking for the last many years, but the JV will make us go in a much more serious manner and exploit that opportunity while keeping all the risks that some of you raised, totally in our sights. The US subsidiary is also, for that purpose. In fact, most of our subsidiaries are now outside India because we need operating as well as holding subsidiaries in many parts of the country. Mrs. Mascarenhas, I'm confirming that we are not yet on any ESG platform. How many new stores and how many company stores? I think, if memory serves me right, maybe 250, 300 stores in FY25 or maybe a little more. And our emphasis is, the asset-light model is a Titan Company strategy, and the virtual bulk of these would be franchisee. The share of Taneira is very, very small, under 1% at the moment. Employee attrition is in the 6% ballpark, which is a very good thing because the more employees stay with us, the whole momentum effect of their understanding of the business and all that. The next 5 years ambition, like I said, we are not seeing and we are not pushing for any new business entry. We want to make the smaller businesses contribute more to customer share of Titan Company and revenue share of Titan Company, as well as, stop making losses and move into the black. And over the next 5 years, certainly achieve acceptable levels of PBT margin and the return on capital employed, so that the total capital employed of Titan Company consolidated is deployed in a relatively narrow band of return, so that all the shareholders are satisfied with that. And instead of opening more and more doors, we want to, work on these that we've already begun. And one of the sort of cascading effects of our internationalization, because we have chosen to go the jewelry route outside India, because the NRI, the diaspora jewelry market is very large, and the competitive advantage that is very strong, as the results are showing, and we have declared a $500 million target for the international business by FY27, and 90% or even more than that will be jewelry. So therefore, you can expect an even greater share of jewelry in that time frame, in a 5-year time frame. But like I said, the industry is that large. Mr. Nandi, the overall consumption situation as we speak is still a little bit of challenge. As I speak to the other companies, even within the group, the mid-market and the below, the middle class and below are facing some challenges. But given our overall situation of the income classes that we target, the low market shares that we have, and the assets on the ground, brands as well as networks, and of course our people, we don't have any issues from an FY25 point of view, even though you would have seen our results for the Q1 of this year. Bonus shares, we note your request. It's the decision of the board of Titan Company, and that'll be done at the appropriate time. We keep opening many new stores in every city, as in Kolkata as well, Mr. Nandi, and I'm sure across all brands. And you will be seeing the visibility of that, every month. The shareholder discount point, from your side, we note. Mr. Agarwal, we certainly note your point about the sales growth, margin growth difference, and certainly it is our interest, our focus to try and improve it by 25 and beyond. Mr. Bakshi, R&D focus, certainly in technology or quasi-technology businesses like watches, smart wearables, I+, the focus on technology-led innovation is very, very strong. We're working substantially in the analog watch business, like I mentioned, in a response to Mr. Harirao's points on the technology side, particularly on the movement, on case manufacturing and all that. In the smart wearables, it's our thrust to bring in real value consumer benefits through technology, ecosystem, partnership combination, and our homegrown Titan iX, which is the smart specs, is a fabulous product, and the Titan iX 2.0 as well as Fast Track has really lifted the overall quality of that product, the cadence of the sound quality, the connectivity between the device and the phone, and the price at which it comes. And we have very, very accomplished global leaders who are currently wearing it. I mean, they were given by us to them and raving about those. So overall, R&D focus within perspective, of course, for consumer businesses like us is very much increasing. The international domestic share, I mean, somebody congratulated Kuruvilla Marcos on the remarkable success in the international business. In the same vein, we are actually doubling every year. 1,000 crore of FY24 is expected to go to 2,000 plus crore in FY25 and $500 million by FY27. So we will see a sort of noticeable shift in the share. Maybe 4 to 5% will come from the international business, by FY27. Going on to Mr. Abhishek, no dividends from subsidiary companies yet. I think 1 year we got from TEAL, but all our subsidiaries companies are in the growth phase and we are encouraging them to reinvest. That's one. And many of the subsidiary companies have just begun their life either in the GCC or in North America, and they're not in any position to pay dividend to the parent in any case. And I'm sure that time will come. On the disputes with various government authorities on direct, indirect tax, it's an ongoing work. There is no specific response that I have to give you on that. Mr. Ashok Subramaniam, wonderful to hear that the Tanera Coimbatore store is really living up to your standards and your expectations. We will pass on that wonderful feedback to our partner. And on the monkey business that's a beautiful story that you narrated. I must, you said maybe you should use this ad campaign. I must tell you that we have already used a monkey, even though I think it wouldn't like to be called a monkey because a chimpanzee is technically speaking not a monkey. But, the eye care division used a chimpanzee 1 year back, I think, as the mascot in our sustainable spectacles. Yes. So, yes. Third hand for clock so that we know it is working. The CEO of the division was listening hard on that. I'm sure some action will happen. Eyewear in the US, no. Our entire international strategy is diaspora-led, and therefore the jewelry business is the only business where there is a competitive advantage when it comes to the diaspora, because Indians buy Indian jewelry, which are sold by Indian jewelers, whereas eye care is not a ethnic product, nor is a watch, and therefore we are not getting into those categories in international markets other than GCC and parts of Southeast Asia where we have been there for a while. Communications to shareholders during festivals, calendars, points noted. Mr. Kotwani on eye care business, watch business. The eye care business has rolled out 4 big thrust initiatives in the last 6 months, and the results of them are very, very encouraging. We are acquiring many, many new buyers. We're establishing a much stronger value proposition, especially in the budget segments, which is by and large the larger segment in the industry. And over the next 2 years, I'm sure we will show remarkable progress in terms of gain in market share, scale economies, improved profitability, and return on capital employed. The analog watch business has been doing exceptionally well in the last 5 years. There has been a total reimagination of that category. There was a lot of worry about would people really need watches. Once there was a mobile, then there is a smartwatch. Would people really need an analog watch? But our belief in the analog watch as an expression of your personality, as a completer of your wardrobe, as an expression of your love for somebody, as an expression of a milestone like a 25th, anniversary in a company or whatever it is, that belief, that faith, that understanding, and of course our thrust on innovation and marketing and brand building has really kept the Titan brand and Fast Track and Sonata really powering. So the analog business continues to surge. The smart wearable business, we took a little long to come in. We came in 2020 and we've done rather well, but the best in a way is yet to come. So those are the comments on those 2 businesses. The volume from the US subsidiaries, like I said, 500 million is all subsidiaries outside India by FY27. We will write to you the point about remuneration of managerial personnel. Dinesh has noted, and I'm sure there'll be a response on that. Employee ethics and POSH. Actually, we have had an ethics committee of the board from 2006 or something, if I recollect, way before this subject became of any interest to regulatory authorities. Titan Company, in that manner, has been a very responsible company for a very long time. And so all ethical violations, POSH cases are reviewed by the ethics committee, and some of them especially those related to whistleblowers, are also taken to the board audit committee. So we have a very, very robust process. In fact, I would say that if you ask employees at large in Titan Company, what is the thing you most respect about Titan Company, they would say it is ethics. A place where we are sitting at the moment is the corporate office of the company, which happens to be called not Titan Summit or Titan Palace. It's called Integrity. Mr. Sanjay Banik, your point is noted and it is a valid point. It missed my eye as well, and especially in the direction in which the eye care business has gone in the last 6 months about where it belongs in the whole pyramid of positioning. So we'll just review that and the inconsistency between FY23 and 24. Mia by TANISHQ is very aggressive, but we will still give that desire of yours to the business and the leaders. Your mails to Dinesh, and I'm sure there is a reason for that, and we will look into that and close that matter to your satisfaction. Mr. Botra, 3D printing, actually we've been at it, I would say about 10 years now, honestly. But what's been elusive is the potential for 3D printing in jewelry is very, very high, because you can really create very complex forms, and on the go, N is equal to one kind of approach in terms of creation with very slim sections and therefore very lightweight. But the problem that's been, bugging the industry in a sense is the finish quality and the cost of manufacture. In all other industries or most other industries, 3D printing is very, very mature. For example, in steel, you can now make aircraft parts by building, but not yet in gold. So we are continuing to work with experts on that. On the LGD risk, I will take a little time here, to elaborate on it, because it's a very critical point for the company. And if you look at the American lab-grown diamond market, the American diamond jewelry market is characterized by 2-3 things which are very different from the Indian jewelry market. One is it's a diamond large stone market. The second is it's a large stone set in a ring, typically bought by the man. And it's a very highly penetrated diamond jewelry country, where over the last 60, 70 years, De Beers, from Marilyn Monroe doing a girl's best friend campaign or song way back in 63 or something like that. Over the last 80 years or 70 years, the Americans have bought more and more diamond jewelry. So these 3 things are sitting as context. So when 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat, whatever, a stone LGD is offered at a much lower price, and the male is the customer, and women already have, and the whole thing is for the bride to really show off the rock on her finger to others. You would have seen it in many movies. So therefore, LGDs have had a very strong impact in the North American and particularly US market. But when I come here, the market is more about jewelry. It's not about stones. The big rocks, the solitaire business is a much, much, much smaller part of the Indian jewelry industry. And if I take Titan Company, I would say 95% of the stones that we use are perhaps 1 or 2 cents, which is 100 or 200ths of a carat. That's small, because we create a form in which these stones are set to make an exquisite necklace or a jhumka or whatever it is. Now, when you compare the cost of cutting an LGD rough for a 1 cent natural and a 1 cent LGD, that cost is not different. And all of us would know that the capital, the diamond cutting capital of this country, of this world, is in India and Gujarat. And in fact, the whole industry shifted here. So, which means that the price arbitrage that is sitting in the largest size would simply not apply, where the labor cost as part of the total cost is much higher, and the cost of labor is not a differentiating factor between LGD and natural. So that's the cost side. Then, of course, the jewelry side. Women want jewelry here and not rocks. The third, and women are the buyers in India, not men, at least not in the front. The third is the penetration of diamond jewelry in India is way less than in the US. So which means, and we have seen all countries in the East as they become more and more affluent, as they move into the $5,000, $7,000 per capita GDP, diamond jewelry is certainly a big part of that affluence, and I'm sure for a while that wave will be with us as well. On the turbo point, Mr. Bothra, I've already spoken about that we are building on the new businesses. So just to give you a flavor, in the next 3 years, we're looking at a 1.7 to 1.8x of jewelry, and we're looking at a 3.6 thereabouts of Panera and international, and we're looking at about a 2.8 of the fragrance and fashion accessories business. And coming to Mr. Anil Mehta, international presence on the board. Actually, all of us on the board are Indians, but many of us, not me, but many of the others on the board are seasoned international exposure leaders, from Sandeep Singhal to Mr. Tata to Mr. Santhanam to Mr. Anil Chaudhary more recently to Sindhu Gangadharan. They are played international roles, they run international corporations, so you don't have to worry about the standards with which the board members are coming in. And my apologies if I've missed out a couple of board members about whom I didn't know that much. And Mr. Dharav, yes, the central bank's accumulation of gold reserves is a very strong reason for the bull run. And I don't know if you read that, between 2002 and 2022, the CAGR of gold was almost identical to the CAGR on, the stock markets in India. So, therefore, the power of that, it's not just a store of value, but it's an exceptional investment monetary asset. And therefore, that's continuing. But unfortunately, when there is ups and downs in the price, customers wait it out. And that's how we see, for example, what may have happened in quarter one, including aggravation by other factors like the election, excitement and the heat, the climate. Low market share, yes, many businesses we have low market share. CapEx is not a big driver of our growth because working capital is a bigger driver of our growth, and therefore gold on lease actually comes in to help us to fund the working capital, and therefore there is not too much of CapEx emphasis other than some in manufacturing and some in company stores. Competition is a bigger and bigger thing, particularly in jewelry, I would say, because everyone has seen the huge value sitting in especially profits and market cap value sitting in the jewelry industry. More and more independents, more and more regionals, more and more nationals are sort of ratcheting up their, but it's a good pressure. I think our standards are improving. Everybody is sort of alert, agile, quick to respond and all that. I'm sure we'll deal with competition because our focus on customers is unwavering. The second half of the decade, see, from a secular point of view, all the reports on the per capita 2,000 to 5,000 journey point to substantial share increase of the top 2, 3, the affluent, the elite, the affluent, and the third category, from 13% to 26% of the total number of households in the country. And that's a big tailwind aspect for Titan Company because maybe 90% of our sales come from those income classes, and therefore we can be quite gung-ho. Obviously, we need to execute well, but the intrinsic opportunity for Titan companies is very, very strong, unlike other companies which may be operating across all income segments. Panera can certainly learn from Trent. In fact, we had Venkat, the square Venkat from Trent, talking to the leadership of Titan about 5 months back on the exceptional work that Zudio and he have done in the last few years. Mr. Besania, inventory and receivables need some focus. Yes, very much, and we will take that point. So with that, I'm concluding, even though there may be a few questions or some questions which I have not answered, but please, like I said, give me that indulgence. And before I hand it over to the next person, I would just like to take 2 minutes. Like somebody said, on 26th of July 2024, Titan Company will turn 40. And one person will turn 41 in Titan Company, in a sense, at that time, which is Bhaskar Bhatt, who joined Tata Press in 1983, when Titan Company was a notion, an idea, a breakthrough dream which was waiting to happen in the minds of Mr. Desai and Mr. Manchanda and a few others. And there is no brick, there is no blade of grass, there is no machine, there is no woman or man in Titan Company in the last many decades, 4 decades, that is complete without Bhaskar Bhatt. And what he has done and what he has created for, it's not a company, it's not a corporation, it is, we now believe it's even more than an institution, it's an idea. It's a notion of how stakeholder capitalism should be and is. And also in the truest of Tata tradition, he has done that. And we're very glad that in 2019, the group chose and he chose to continue to be part of us for 5 more years. But, I guess all good things come to an end kind of thing. And so is this. And there are no words, really speaking, to express on behalf of the 70,000 plus people who work on Titan premises about how much we owe him. But he knows that. And I'll just close before I request him to speak. I'll just close with my version of a slogan, advertising slogan, which used to be well known some time back, maybe is well known now as well. It is for a pressure cooker, very famous pressure cooker brand, and I've tweaked it for this purpose. जो बीबी से करे प्यार, वो टाइटन से कैसे करे इनकार. Over to Bhaskar Bhatt.
Thank you. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. Chairman, first of all, thank you for a very gracious inclusion of a whole para at this AGM speech of yours. Venkat, you said, Jo Bibi se kare pyar. I want to start with a closure and an admission with another first line of a song, and I'll translate it for some of you. तेरी दुनिया से दूर चले होके मजबूर बोलते थे. I've changed. That means I'm going far away from your world because I'm forced to. Majboor is forced. But in this case, तेरी दुनिया से दूर चले होके हम बुजुर्ग. So it's not majburi, it is buzurgi. ये जानते हैं बुजुर्गी का मतलब. But I am most grateful to all of you shareholders for the extraordinary comments you have made and your thankfulness, etc. I just want to take 30 seconds about myself, and thereafter I want to tell you a story which some of you may not know. It's a long story, but I'll keep it 3 minutes के अंदर खत्म कर देंगे. The exhilarating journey of my own in these 41 years, and it was not even Titan at that time, it was called the Tata Watch Project. I believe it was divine blessing that brought me to where I am, I was, I am, and I hope to be. And divine blessing is, in the form of being in a nation called India. I think the transformation from 83 to 24 and the continuing transformation of this country has been at the center of everything, certainly Titan has done and what I have done. And of course, you know, I owe it all to my parents and my family who have stayed with all the idiosyncrasies of, you know, working as a sales guy. So my own journey has been like, you know, if you could imagine a ship which sails out, but the ship has a school inside where you keep learning. So for me, from a mere Tata Watch project executive to an employee of Titan, and then the rest, which is GM and VP and senior VP, and then executive director, managing director, and now back to director, has been an exhilarating journey and full of development. Having said that, I just want to tell you that divine blessing is on this company. And I believe that this company is at the confluence of rationality and emotion, logic and creativity. I'll tell you why, and I'll try to develop this logically, but at the end of it, I will get very emotional. First of all, I said we are in the right nation. I must tell you that even when the project was conceived, बुजुर्गों का हाथ हमारे सर पर था. You know, we had the blessing of none other than JRD himself. He was closely involved in the earlier days. And what more do you need, you know, when we do say in our families that as long as the Buzurg is around, we are safe. It started with that, and in the words of, when he wrote it down, Mr. Desai, he called Titan, the idea of Titan or the coming together of Titan as a serendipitous event. Now, I had to go to the Webster to figure out what does serendipitous mean. But it is true, it was coming together of two people very early, Xerxes Desai and Iravatam Madhavan, for a reason which was completely different, to try and print the Indus Valley script in Tata Press. But they spoke to each other, and Mr. Mahadevan was part of Tamil Nadu government and TIDCO. So I come to the second blessing that this company has, which is our promoters. TIDCO, incidentally, TIDCO got the approval for this project without the Tata Group. And it was TIDCO who actually got the green signal to go ahead and create a company and invest. But TIDCO said to the government, and those days it was a closed Raj. It was the license Raj and lots of other things. And TIDCO, I can tell you, confidentially went to the government, to the powers that be, we cannot do this project without the Tatas. And so began an extraordinary cooperation. The Tata Group and TIDCO and the Tamil Nadu government got together, and I believe this is an example of cooperation and working together never seen in Indian history. I think I don't know whether we are a public sector company, whether we are a joint sector company, but we are a company. And as Venkat said, it's gone beyond being a company. It's an institution. And now I believe it's an inspiration. So the coming together was again not just serendipitous. It had divine blessing. It has lasted from 85, today 39 years. Thereafter, with two shareholders, we've gone to public shareholding. And many of you here have been with us ever since. Thank you for your support and all the inputs you've given us over the several years. We've had a board which has challenged the management, been with the management, but most importantly, kept the atmosphere in the board meetings extremely cordial and extremely value-adding. I must say, and again, I don't want to thank, but I just telling you the coming together of so many people, so many entities is what Titan is all about. My predecessor and my successor, Xerxes Desai and Venkat, have kept the flames of Titan alive, and that flame has probably changed in color, because that is the hallmark of Titan. Titan has remained relevant as the times have changed. As I said, the nation has changed. Just to give you one example, in 1987, we could reach 170 million people through Ramayana with 1.5 lakh rupees on Doordarshan 30-second advertising. It was a one channel and maybe one TV household. Today, can you imagine, maybe there are 900 channels. India has changed, and India has changed for the better from a consumer perspective. And Venkat just spoke about the changing consumer. The extraordinary skill of our executives, many are here, ability to attract and retain executives of an extraordinary skill. And the first of them is still on this call, Mr. Hari Rao. Namaskaram. We bow our heads to you for having created that culture of excellence. Even the other day when I visited the plant, they were still telling me about your 45-minute call to them saying something about improving quality and the ability to have attracted such people into this company. We have been fortunate to have got business associates, whether they were vendors, franchisees, distributors, just dealers of watches, who have, yes, they've had disagreements with us, but never been disagreeable, and have held our hands as we walk this journey. Some of them have been difficult, but all the time, I suspect there have been very, very few resignations from our business associates. But I reserve my most greatest compliments or to this, I don't know, 70,000 you said, but the Titanians across the universe of Titan, whether they are in Hosur, Integrity, the 4 regional offices, Pantnagar, Sikkim, Roorkee, they have been the real ambassadors. Dallas, yeah, sure, sorry. All over, who have, who on their shoulder every day carry this company, and they don't just treat it as work. Their commitment, their engagement, for them, Titan is their life. I bow to them, and I will continue the last line of the second line of that same song. Jao kahin bhi sanam, tumhe itni kasam, hame yaad rakhna. Thank you very much, sir. And over to you, Chairman, Mr. Roy.
Thank you, Bhaskar, for being such an inspiration. I now authorize Mr. Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable members to cast their vote. The results would be announced within 2 working days from the conclusion of the meeting, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company and industry. I thank the shareholders for attending the meeting and for their continued support for showing their keen interest in the company by seeking clarifications on various matters. I also thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, I and other board members would like to leave the meeting. I request all shareholders to stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The e-voting had been kept open for 15 minutes as mentioned by the chairman. We now close the e-voting. I would like to say that the requisite quorum was present throughout the meeting. The results of the annual general meeting will be announced by the company on or before Tuesday, 16 July 2024. With this, I declare the meeting concluded. Thank you.